Hello, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves. And these yet remain strange days indeed. I'm reminded of that almost every day. We're spelling out the word search this week and discovering Christmas wisdom. The story of the wise men give us the background. R stands for renew your mind. The Bible tells us, Romans 12, verse 2, and be transformed by the renewing of your mind that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You have to have renewed mind. Why? Because an unrenewed mind looks at the surface. An unrenewed mind lives reactively and not proactively. An unrenewed mind is a mind of limitation. When you have the mind of Christ, the mind of Christ is unlimited. Every problem has a solution, and every solution resides within the mind of Christ. So be transformed by the renewing of your mind that you can have the mind of Christ. How do you transform yourself? The Bible tells us in Colossians 3, verse 10, that you put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him. The new man is renewed in knowledge. First, you have to consciously put on the mind of Christ. When was the last time that you were facing a dilemma, that you had a problem that needed to be solved? When was the last time that you just actually sat down, maybe in a comfortable chair, maybe in a nice spot out in nature, you actually sat down and just spent some time thinking, what would God do in a situation like this? And open your mind to the mind of Christ, because you have access as a child of God to the mind of Christ. Let this mind be in you, the Bible tells us in Philippians, the 2nd chapter, the 5th verse. Let this mind be in you, which is also in Christ Jesus. The mind of Christ is infinite, and you have access to the infinite mind of Christ if you put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge. Now, here's a second key to putting on the mind of Christ. You have to have a full knowing, because that's what that word knowledge means. It means a full knowing, that you actually know that you know that you know that you know. Someone said to me recently, I think I know you. And I looked at him and said, oh, you probably see me on television, because I've been on television in this area for the last 40 years. And he nodded his head. I think I know you, but he doesn't really know me. People watch television for years. They know what I look like. They know what I sound like, but they really don't know me. Now, I have a great congregation of people that know me a little better than that. And within that congregation, I have a good group of people that know me even better than the rest of them. And then I have the lady I've been married to for almost 50 years now. I said to her one day, driving down the road, baby, you're the only person in the world that understands me. She looked at me and she just laughed. She said, yeah, right. I don't really some days understand you, but she knows me better than anyone else in the world and loves me anyway. Full knowledge. If you have the full knowledge of Christ, if you know him in the realm of the Spirit. See, Jesus said, John 6:63, it's the Spirit that quickeneth. The flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak to you, they are spirit and they are life. You have to know Jesus in the realm of the Spirit. And if you know Christ in the realm of the Spirit, then you're going to open your mind to the mind of Christ. Let's spell out the word search a little further today, because I'm not going to finish this teaching. You can catch it in its entirety. The easiest way is just go to Aspire Church TV on Facebook. And there you'll find last Sunday's message, Aspire Church TV on Facebook. Caucus. The wise men were wise men because they were in counsel with one another. The Bible tells us, Proverbs 13, verse 20, he that walketh with wise men will be wise. Who are you counseling with? Who are you caucusing with? I'm always amazed at the people that seek counsel from folk that are abject failures. Nothing they've ever done has worked. Nothing that they say ever comes to pass, but they look to them for great counsel because, well, they were told they were a great counselor. No, you have to qualify your counsel. When I look for counsel, I look for someone that's actually accomplished something. I was quite honored a day or two ago when a major player in the charismatic Pentecostal world over the last, 40 years called me and asked for a little wisdom on a situation and a circumstance. And he said, I don't talk to very many people, but I know that you have the wisdom. You have to get your wisdom from people that actually have a little bit of wisdom. You rise or you fall to the level of your association. You become like whatever you associate yourself with. That's why I love smart people. I'm always happy to be around someone that's smarter than I am. Why? Because I gain something out of that relationship. He that walketh with wise men, wise woman, will be wise. Rehoboam asked counsel from the wise men and they rejected it, asked counsel of his peers and accepted it, and you know the rest of that story. Don't listen to the fools, and it will all work out. And remember this, counsel's just that. It's not what you have to do. When you ask for counsel, you're not obligated to take the counsel. You're just listening to the counsel Maybe you're getting counsel from 2 or 3 different wise sources, putting it all together and determining the mind of Christ for your life. Well, that's all the time I've got today. This Sunday at Aspire Church, the real reason for the season, catch it live on the live stream at aspirechurch.tv, Facebook Aspire Church TV. That's Facebook Aspire Church TV, live stream aspirechurch.tv, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you then.